Upload tonight. This is, it's our friend Steve Peters. We've never heard his voice before, we've heard his work.
In the past, when I've submitted poems, I've normally used my dear daughter or my dear granddaughter to read the poems because they've got nice voices, and I've not. But this one is written from my own personal point of view, so I can't opt out of it this time. So here goes. It is entitled My Relationship with the Royal Family. Never speak ill of the dead, I've often heard them say, but never diss the living, especially if it's Ronnie Cray. Was it George Cornell or Jack McVitie who dissed Ron? He didn't live to regret it, he was dead and gone. But I digress. This poem is about my long-lost gran and hanky-panky allegations with a royal man. Gert Smith, she was my granny, on the paternal side, had the virtue of having no virtue, I will confide. Princess David and his brother Bertie, they liked to ride. They'd visit Melton, a fact from the proles they'd try to hide. They'd visit there most weekends, young fillies they'd pursue. They weren't fussy, equine or human fillies they would do. According to my late father, said with his dying breath, this must be true, things are true when they are said close to death. Just observe my profile, son, the same as Edward VIII, and if you check when I was born, it is a likely date. Gert Smith was a chambermaid where the young princess stayed. Dad was sure Prince David had seduced the chambermaid. Soon after, Gert found that she was blessed with a royal seed. You're going to be a daddy, Dave, a happy day indeed. Go forth and multiply, peasant, and take away your lump. Gert's hope of being the next queen, they came down with a bump. She had to find a father for her pending royal child. She chose my granddad Arthur, a nice man, meek and mild. She said he had impregnated her behind the bike shed. He had some her there once, that was that, so they were wed. Meanwhile, the Saxe-Coburg Angathers had to change their name, getting rid of being thought of German, avoiding blame for the First World War, and so the name Windsor they would pick. A tribute to Barbara, the actress, who kept the Queen Vic. Hard to believe that the future of the royal family, destabilised by AUSA femme fatal divorcee. Stuff the throne, dear David said, my heart's ruling my head. So Bert I was renamed George VI, so I have read. So what should have gone to my dad went to nieces instead. And then my brother should have been king once my dad was dead. So I'd have been like Prince Andrew, brother to the king, and everyone would adore me. Now that would be a thing. I contacted a firm that looks into your family tree. You gob into a test tube, that's it, no need to we. Then it dawned on me, impostors would not compromise their situation. Dared not spit to jeopardise their prize. So that was that, but then I found a page there on Facebook for lovers of Melbourne Mowbray. I thought it worth a look. Someone said, had Prince David left any progeny? 200 people staked to claim, and sadly that did me.
Steve Peters and his relationship with royalty. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Upload tonight. This is, it's our friend Steve Peters. We've never heard his voice before, we've heard his work.